This Week with the Morning Q crew.
Q93 is Alexandria's #1 hit music station. CandyStore.com reviewed candy purchases from the past 17 years and put together a ranking of the top 3 candies in every state. Of course, people buy candy for a lot of reasons throughout the year, so they focused on the months leading to Halloween. Usually, Brandon, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
I got to pause right here. You said Reese's. It's Reese's, Josh.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the clear #1 typically. But this year, for the first time, M&M's have eclipsed them to take the top spot. Yeah, so M&M is #1 in California, Iowa, Kansas, North Carolina, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Washington State, and Washington, D.C. Reese's Cups, I say it right that time, #1 in Florida, Kentucky, New Hampshire, and Wyoming. Sour Patch Kids, #1 in Alaska, Delaware, Illinois, Maine, Nebraska, New York, and Texas. You're a big Sour Patch Kids
I do like
guy?
Sour Patch Kids. I especially like whenever they have the certain flavored ones. Like you can get the peach ones, you can get the watermelon ones. I like whenever I get to kind of just decide what flavor profile I'm going to be eating.
Skittles are #1 in Alabama. Roll Tide Roll. Starburst is #1 in Indiana and Michigan. Hot Tamales, #1 in Minnesota, New Mexico, and North Dakota. Candy corn is #1 in Maryland and Utah. So not here in Louisiana, Brandon. Hershey's Kisses is #1 in Arizona and Colorado. Hershey Mini Bars is #1 in Hawaii, Nevada, Rhode Island, and West Virginia. Butterfinger is #1 in Arkansas, Massachusetts, Oklahoma.
Kansas is in Arkansas as a word, so maybe that's what threw you off.
South Carolina, Virginia, and Wisconsin. So outside the top 10, Snickers is #1 in Tennessee and Idaho. Jolly Ranchers #1 in Georgia and South Dakota. Almond Joy is #1 in Connecticut and Missouri. Twix, I love a good Twix.
So what was Louisiana's?
#1 in Montana. Tootsie Pops #1 in New Jersey. #3, Musketeers is Three Musketeers. What?
What was Louisiana's top candy?
I was getting there, Brandon.
Well, dude, I'm curious. I'm trying to get to know, man. Who cares about these other states?
Tell me. We promised every candy for every state, Brandon.
Tell me what Louisiana's is.
We deliver on our promises, okay?
Oh my goodness. Well, you better get to it. You better get to it.
Three Musketeers is #1 in Mississippi. We have some listeners in Mississippi. Blow Pops, #1 in Ohio. And now, here, Brandon, #1 in the boot. Lemon Heads.
Lemon Heads?
Lemon Heads.
No way.
I don't believe it. I don't see people buying and just munching up some Lemon Heads during Halloween.
Lemon Heads aren't even that good. I guess that's a hot take for the state of Louisiana, but Lemon Heads aren't even that good.
They're too sweet, too sour.
I was about to say they're probably not too sweet. They're a little bit too sour. Josh, you're having a morning today, huh?
I haven't had my coffee yet.
You better
Brandon.
get some.
All right, Brandon. So Google has released their top Is It Weird questions that we've asked in 2024. And they're all about doing stuff solo. So I want to ask you if these things are weird.
I'll tell you if they're weird or not.
All right. So is it weird to eat alone at a restaurant?
No, absolutely not. I do that all the time. I think it's a exercise of your freedom to do whatever the heck you want. I don't mind going out and eating at a restaurant all on my own. Sometimes it is a little bit lonely, but I mean, hey, who cares? I'm getting a good meal.
That's why you hit on the waitress, right?
No, you don't hit on the waitress.
That's not what you did when I was with you.
I don't ever hit on the waitress.
Don't lie, Brandon.
I don't.
Don't lie. You're all super nice and you're such a suck up.
Oh, so being super nice means that you're hitting on waitresses now?
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
You're so nice, Brandon. You're hitting on all the waitresses. No, those are two different things.
No,
I'm just a nice guy.
Is it weird to go to the movies alone?
It depends. I think it really depends. I'm not sure if I would say it's weird. I've gone to the movies alone quite a few times. It depends on the movie, though. Like, if you're going to, like, a kid's movie alone, it's a little bit more odd.
So you saying I can't go watch Toy Story 5 by myself?
I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying that it might just be a little bit more suspect because you might be sat between a lot of younger people and the parents might get a little bit concerned.
All right.
Which I think is I think that's fair. I mean, you can't get...
So you're saying it just depends?
It depends. I think if you're oh, no, the new Bob the Builder movie came out, I'm going to go see this alone. The parents probably aren't going to be the biggest fans of you that day.
Is it weird to go to a concert alone?
I'm going to say no. I think that going to a concert alone, if you like music, go to the concert alone. Why not?
It is awkward to be alone at a concert, though.
No, why not? No, but why not? I've done it before.
To me, like being at a movie is different because really you can't watch a movie with someone anyway. You can't talk or anything.
Right.
And then being at a restaurant, I mean, you're mostly eating anyway. But for a concert, you don't really want to do that by yourself, you know?
That's fair enough, but I think that going to a concert alone isn't as big of a deal as you might think it is. I think it's okay.
Is it weird to talk to yourself?
I know a lot of people that do this all the time. I personally don't talk to myself all the time. I think it's normal, though. I think a lot of people, they like their own company, so why not just let them do it?
I think it's perfectly normal. Sometimes the only intelligent conversation I have is with myself.
Oh, whatever.
And is it weird to go to a bar alone, Brandon? I know you like to go to a bar, so...
I don't go to the bar alone, though. I think that the older you get, the more free you are to do that, but I think it depends on the bar that you're going to, for sure. I wouldn't consider this one weird. I would consider this one maybe just a little bit more different than the other ones.
You know what, Brandon? I'm with you. Do what you want. It's a free country. If it makes you happy, go for it. Right?
Heck yeah. Josh, where are you squeezing the toothpaste bottle from? How do you get toothpaste out of the tube?
I think from the bottom up. Sometimes I'll just grab it in the middle.
Oh,
and squeeze
no,
it.
Dude.
So,
no. I hate that.
I mean, how else would you squeeze it from the top
I
down?
remember growing up, it used to make me so mad whenever I was sharing toothpaste with my sister. Mm-hmm. The toothpaste, she would just squeeze it. She wouldn't squeeze it from anywhere. She'd just go, like, she'd squeeze the toothpaste out. Yeah, she just manhandle that thing. And I am a little bit more methodical with how I get the toothpaste out. I go from the very bottom, and I push it up. And so it has to be like perfect for me because I want to get every last bit of the toothpaste.
You're overthinking it. See, what I do is I just go for the middle, the top, wherever there's toothpaste at. And then once I start running out, then I'll start going up.
No,
the bottom.
That's awful. You know? I can't stand that, Josh. So this new poll has asked 30,000 people how they squeeze a tube of toothpaste. And 72% say from the bottom of the tube to the top, which makes sense. And 20% of people, they say they squeeze the toothpaste out from the top of the tube.
Well, if you already have a bunch of toothpaste,
but that doesn't make sense at all. This is a great time to ask: have you ever disagreed with someone you share toothpaste with about how it should be used? Josh, have you ever shared toothpaste with anybody? Whenever you're growing up with your brothers or anything? Yeah, but I don't remember like exactly what we did. But I mean, as long as there's toothpaste at the top, who cares? I mean, eventually you'll go from the bottom and push up, but. You know, I can't do it whenever there's just like a hand like print from somebody squeezing the toothpaste tube. It's all flat. Yeah, it's all gross and like cylindrical now. I do get what you're saying with that. You know, they have these little plastic things you can buy for your toothpaste, and you can roll it up. Almost. Yeah, you slowly roll it up. And that way, that would probably be good for people like you that are very OCD about their tube of toothpaste. I'm not OCD about a lot of things, but I need my toothpaste to be squeezed out of the tube in a special way. Squeeze it like you want. It's yours to squeeze. How about that? And he's not just talking about toothpaste. So cute. More than 1 in 5 iPhone users admit they look down on people with Android. Count me in. Snobs. 22% admit they think less of someone if they see a green text bubble come through. Again, snobs. And then 23% claim they'd never date an Android user. You know why, Brandon? Because they're snobs. They think they're better. Because we are better, Josh. Here's a few more quick stats from this study that was done. Most people with Androids are aware iPhone fans are judging them for it. I totally feel it. When I switched over to Android, I felt judgment. I felt it. And you were the first one. Well, yeah, Josh, I'll tell you this. If I am a single individual and I'm texting somebody or something like that, I see one of those green texts pop through. Dude, you better be the love of my life. You better be the whole package because that's a pretty big shift in the downward movement for how interested I am. Apple was supposed to do an update where it would no longer be a green bubble. I don't know what's the hold up, if maybe it's down the road. I don't think they're going to change it because they want everybody to hate Android users. 52% said they've been teased or made fun of by iPhone users before. 21% of iPhone users admit they've been excluded
Rather, they've excluded someone from a group chat because the person has an Android. They don't want to see that green bubble.
See, they get it.
42% of people, iPhone users, have used a separate third-party messaging program like WhatsApp to accommodate their pathetic Android-using friends. And then 30% of Android users have thought about getting an iPhone just to stop the peer pressure. You know what? I've felt that peer pressure of late, Brandon. I even looked to see how much it would be to switch to a new iPhone. But you know what? I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. You know what? You can just live in your judgmental little world. I'm going to rock my Android.
I will. Don't worry about it because I will.
I just want to try something different.
Well, you tried something different, and I'm be surprised if you haven't regretted it yet.
I don't regret it, but I do. Like, there's some benefits and perks to this Android. And
Doubt it.
There's some things that I miss about the iPhone.
Doubt it.
So next cycle, I probably will go ahead and just go back to my iPhone.
Sure.
Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
It feels good not to have Apple, I don't know. I like it. Team Android, baby.
Yikes. So Spirit Halloween stores pop up in the late summer in all of the various places. We had one pop up in the mall this year, and 10 Spirit Halloween locations. They're going to be switching over to Spirit Christmas stores, featuring things like holiday inflatables and decor, apparel, stocking stuffers, plus photo ops with Santa, a life-size gingerbread village, and some letter writing to the North Pole. The 10 locations are only in the northeastern U.S. for now, but this is a test year which can expand across the country in future years if it works out. The company says Spirit Christmas is a new concept, and they're hopeful it will resonate with their customers. So, Josh, if Alexandria was one of those locations in the next years or so where they roll out Spirit Christmas, would you go? Would you go and enjoy Spirit Christmas?
I think I would. I don't do the Spirit Halloween because I don't usually buy a bunch of Halloween stuff. The only time I went was when I went buy my Harry Potter costume for an event we were doing, a trunk or treat event. But man, I really like the idea. You could do like Spirit Christmas. You can do Spirit Easter. You can do Spirit Mardi Gras and like
Spirit
Louisiana
of everything.
Locations. You can do Spirit Valentine's.
The spirit of everything.
You could do like all the different holidays, and maybe if you have to do it certain regions for like just Mardi Gras or whatever. I think it makes a lot of sense because I don't know how they stay functioning if they only sell Halloween merchandise.
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know how this business concept works. This business model. I don't know how it's even like obtainable.
I know they only are around for like a month or two, and they sell items for only one holiday that's only a day long.
Right.
So I just don't know how that's sustainable, but I think they should totally do the whole Christmas and different holidays,
Absolutely. I'm in agreement.
Let us know if they would do that. It's not like they don't have room in the mall for something like that, right?
They got plenty of room.
Let us know if you would actually go to the Alexandria Mall if they had Spirit Christmas and Spirit Halloween and all these other holidays. 318-473-0093. You can also send us a DM on the socials at Q93 Alexandria, or try our new feature in our Q93 app. You can send us a voice message, shout out in the free Q93 app, available wherever you get your apps at. It's week 6 already of the National Football League, but first, how did we do last week, Brandon?
Well, last week, Josh, you went 8-6 overall. I went 9-5 overall, so now we sit tied on the season. 41,
right where we started.
41-37 is where we both sit at the current state, and so all we can do is look to this week and say, hey, who's going to come out on top?
It's an easier week than last week.
It feels a little bit easier, but you never know. So let's just go right into our picks. San Francisco and Seattle play tonight. Josh, you're rolling with San Francisco. I said, I think we need some type of differences on these games. I'm going with Seattle. I like Geno Smith. Brock Purdy struggled.
His birthday today.
Brock Purdy struggled just a little bit this year, and then they have no CMC.
It's tough to play in that venue.
It's tough to play in that venue. So that's who I have, San Francisco and Seattle tonight. Chicago and Jacksonville, we're both rolling with Chicago. Arizona and Green Bay, we're both rolling with Green Bay. Indiana and Tennessee, Indiana's who we're picking. Houston and New England, both going with Houston. Tampa Bay and New Orleans, poor Saints, we're both going with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and you know what? I want deep down to feel like Spencer Rattler is going to light it up. But
Baker Mayfield's having too good of a year, man.
Yeah, but you know what? Tampa Bay is going to come out swinging for their city that had a hurricane, and they're probably going to win one for Tampa Bay, and we're going to be sitting at what? 2-4? Oh,
yeah, it's probably gonna be a rough look for us. And so Cleveland and Philadelphia also play. We're both rolling with Philadelphia.
One more thing about the Saints.
Okay.
To be fair, they played Monday night. They have to play Sunday, a short week. Then they lost their starting quarterback. They've had a lot of shuffling going on the offensive line. And then after Sunday, they got to turn around and play a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
That's 3 games in a very short period of time. So
I wonder if they'll go back and forth between Hainer and Rattler.
I don't know, but hopefully, like after this stretch, they have a little bit of a break from that Thursday onward, and they can kind of get on a winning streak, right?
Washington and Baltimore. I'm rolling with Washington. Josh is going Baltimore. The Los Angeles Chargers and Denver. I'm rolling with the Chargers. Josh is rolling with Denver. And then we're the same the rest of the way through. We're both picking Pittsburgh over Las Vegas.
Whoa. They're playing the Chargers?
They are playing the Chargers.
I thought they were playing the Rams.
Nope, there's a C right there. Denver's been rolling. That's a toss-up game. I mean, it really is.
I'll stick with it.
So Detroit and Dallas are both rolling with Detroit. Atlanta and Carolina both rolling with Atlanta. Cincinnati and the New York Giants both rolling with Cincinnati. And Monday Night Football, Buffalo in New York. For the Jets, we're both rolling with Buffalo.
A lot of drama in New York. I could see them winning the first one for the new head coach, but then I could also see them just, not doing well. Too much drama.
So there you go. Once again, Josh and I both sit at 41 and 37 on the year.
That's our picks for this week.
Josh, I was asking you a little bit earlier, do you have a bad habit that you have no intention of correcting? Here's some examples, like eating Taco Bell right before bed, eating Taco Bell as soon as you get up, or eating Taco Bell in general.
Ooh, that sounds dangerous, to be eating that much Taco Bell.
It's a bad habit.
You know, Brandon, I have some habits that I can tell you that I don't think I will be able to correct.
Okay, let's hear them.
Like, I wish I could say I want to, but I can't.
Lay them on us.
I don't know, cussing.
Cussing? Okay.
Right? Every now and then I gotta drop a bomb.
Oh, man.
I do bite my fingernails sometimes,
Yikes.
That bothers me.
That's gross.
What are the bad habits? Not drinking enough water.
Kind
of been on a downward slide with that. I haven't been drinking enough water.
That'll do it. Bad habit, beer. Can't give it up. Won't give it up. Sorry, dude.
That's why you got that beer gut rocking.
I mean, listen, man. If that's what beer equals, I guess I'm gonna have a beer gut forever. Don't care how in shape I am.
If you work out though, then it might help.
Yeah.
Work out to eat out is what I say.
Yeah, but I don't have that kind of time. I got beer time. I don't have workout time.
Dude, you literally can ride an exercise bike and drink your beer at the same time.
No. So here's some ones that people on the internet said: refusing to delete old emails. Procrastinating, that's one of mine. Staying up way too late, that's one of Josh's.
Yeah, that's another one.
Social media, I think that's everybody's. Ignoring text messages, I'm a little bit guilty of that. Taking a 4-hour nap and then not being able to sleep. Josh, that's you.
Oh, yeah. I did good last week. I went like 3 days without taking a nap. And then after I was like, I'm taking my nap.
Hitting snooze about 5 times every morning. I don't hit snooze anymore. What I'll do is I'll turn my alarm off and then I'll set another alarm for 30 minutes later.
And I turn my alarms off, and then I say to myself, I'm going to get up in 10 minutes, and then 10
you
minutes
don't.
never come.
And then you show up and you brush your teeth in the bathroom. Picking your nose.
At least I brushed my teeth for you, Brandon.
There you go. Picking your nose and biting at your fingernails. Chewing on your fingers, biting
I do that when I'm nervous. I'll like put my thumb in my mouth.
Oh, man.
Play with my 2 front teeth.
Biting the inside of your thumb. What about wasting too much time on gaming, Josh?
No, because I don't play a lot of gaming. I'll go in waves. Like when the Madden game came out, I played a lot. Then I dropped it. Like Hogwarts Legacy came out, I played a while, I dropped it. It's not something I do daily, not even weekly.
Josh, this next one I can't help myself. Gambling. I do it. I listen, I don't do anything heavy. I'll put maybe $10 in every 2 weeks.
Right. But
then I'll just do like 50-cent bets on like the Saints game or something like that. And I usually can get it up pretty high. I've told you about how I've been able to turn $10 into whatever I've been able to turn it into. But I've got a friend, Josh. Oh, my goodness. He found out that I am a little bit into sports betting, and he knows very little about sports betting. So he'll send me parlays that he thinks about placing. And whenever I tell you that they are the worst parlays I've ever seen in my life, They're so bad. Josh, they're the type of parlays where he puts 10 cents down and it stands to win like $1 million.
If you don't know anything about sports betting,
don't do it.
Don't do the parlays for sure.
Don't do it.
Pick which team will win. Don't do parlays.
You can run a couple money lines if you want, if you've got a couple extra bucks to run, but you can't. Oh, man.
I kind of do like video games. I'll get on a streak of sports betting and then I stop. I haven't done it since like the first or second week of the season. So
right.
I need to do that this weekend.
Hey, you can always consult me.
I'll give you Tampa Bay.
That's probably not a bad bet. We've got vaping on the list. Twirling the mustache when it's too deep in thought. Some people, they'll probably play with their facial hair. And a lot of people's bad habits were things they consume. Sugar, sweets, soda, energy drinks, pizza, frozen pizza. Then too much caffeine. Tell us what your bad habit is. Try out our new feature on our app. Record yourself saying what your bad habit is. Maybe you'll hear yourself on the radio. Or you can always give us a call, 318-473-0093. Shoot us a DM on the socials or go to Q93FM.com.
The appeal of Crocs is one of humankind's most mind-boggling mysteries, at least for some. We don't wear them because they're luxurious, or because they look cool, or because they're supportive and high-performance footwear either. It's almost as if we wear them in spite of all that, because they're just easy, right? Comfortable.
Right. You wear Crocs all the time.
I don't wear Crocs all the time.
You used to, man. You used to walk in here with those ugly Shrek Crocs. Oh, my God.
I bought them because they're Shrek Crocs, but they were awesome.
They were ugly.
They were awesome. And I recently bought some Harry Potter ones just because they're cool. I actually had this conversation with my brothers in Facebook Messenger yesterday. There's about what they can and can't wear at their job. They can't wear Crocs or even Hey Dudes. And my brother's like, Hey Dudes are ugly. Crocs are even uglier. And I was like, what? What? I think you just work at an unsafe work environment.
He's hating on your shoe game, Josh.
I know.
Those are both staples of your daily footwear.
I'm wearing Hey Dudes right now. I need some new ones. They're very stained up.
Yeah, and those probably aren't good for your feet either.
I don't care. But anyway, there's a new report warning parents about how they could be destroying their kids' feet. There's nothing earth-shattering. There are the same kind of concerns about flip-flops and other awkward-fitting shoes. But they say they treat kids and teens, and they've seen issues that come from wearing Crocs all day, every day. Structural issues, Brennan, like heel and arch pain. Or hammer toes. Have you ever seen someone with a hammer toe? It's gross.
I don't know if I want to see somebody with a hammer toe.
I didn't know this was a thing until a few years back. Someone I knew had to have some surgery because their toes were just too much hammer toe. They had to have them flattened. So that's gross. I don't care how much my toe looks like a hammer toe. I'm not having surgery on my feet.
That is pretty gross.
Like, it's when they curl up and the knuckles get big. They just kind of curl up. They don't lay flat. So because you have to grip the shoe to keep them on, so the toes are overworking, so you get the hammer toe that can even lead to blisters. Basically, they're fine for casual wear, lounging around the house maybe once in a while. But if you're only wearing Crocs every single day, you're walking a lot, you're on your feet a lot, it can take a toll on your feet, your ankles, even the rest of your body. So you may want to take that in consideration, especially if you have kids and they're still growing and developing.
Stay out of those Crocs.
I probably should not wear my Hey Dudes every day.
You probably shouldn't. Your back support is probably not going to be good in the long run.
Man. Tell us, Brennan, how can we carve the perfect pumpkin?
First off, you got to find a perfect
They
pumpkin.
get some really nice pumpkins at Walmart and Kroger and stuff like that.
And so let's start with that. The tips on how to find the perfect pumpkin. So you got to check the pumpkins for soft spots and signs of mold. Don't forget to check the underside and press on it with your thumbs if you give a little, the pumpkin isn't fresh.
I almost wanted to buy some at the store just because they're so pretty and they have like so many different colors.
They have a bunch of really pretty pumpkins out there right now. Just the worst part about the pumpkins is cleaning up. It really is. Like if you let it sit out there too long, it starts to spoil.
I think Albertsons had some really nice pumpkins.
And here's the second step whenever you're looking for a pumpkin. Look for one that has its handle or stem intact and a dark green stain is a sign it was picked recently compared to a brown stem. Tap the outside of the pumpkin. A hollow sound is, it means... This. Oh, you just hurt your finger. That's pretty awesome. So a hollow sound means it's more likely to be easier to carve. You got to look for pumpkins with flat walls and no deep ribs. Those are better for carving. And skip the tall, oblong pumpkins, which typically have stringier flesh that makes precise cuts difficult. And when you think you found the one, set it on a flat surface to be sure it sits upright and doesn't lean to one side. And as for carving, I was actually looking at a video of this the other day. Somebody recommended if you go on Amazon, you can get some cheap pottery carving tools. And so obviously you've got pumpkin carving tools, but pottery carving tools will probably last you multiple years, and they work just as good, if not better, than the cheap pumpkin carving tools you would get and throw away from the store. Somebody had a big glass bowl. That's what they have. And so they put the pumpkin on it. Why are you looking at me like that?
You just said, so someone had a big glass bowl. That's what they had. So they put it on it. I just thought it was funny.
Okay, anyways, so they put the pumpkin on this big glass bowl and they carved according to the way it fit the bowl, so that way they could lift it off, and it made it easier for them to carve the inside, get all the guts and stuff out, and you didn't have to worry about it shaking around, all that kind of stuff. And what they did is they turned it to where the bottom side was where they were carving, so whenever you put your candle inside of the pumpkin, you don't see the top all cattywonk and messed up because you tried to come in from the top. It's from the bottom, so you don't see the cuts from the bottom. And so that makes it look a lot better too. And obviously, another tip for carving your pumpkin is get creative. There's no rules to carving your pumpkin. Do it how you so choose.
Brendan says, come in from the bottom to carve your pumpkin. You know what, too? I went to the store and they have these fake...
Sorry, you just said you went to the store.
They have these fake...
See how stupid that sounded earlier?
What you said sounded stupid. So they have these fake pumpkins that you can carve, and it's less of a mess. They're carvable. It's so stupid, dude.
They had fake pumpkins you can carve.
Yeah, my finger hurts. I didn't think this mic was that hard. Dang, man. All right, Crocs for dogs. They're going to debut later this month. They're like normal Crocs, but smaller. They come in sets of 4 because, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a dog with only 2 feet.
I have seen that before, actually.
Okay, a normal dog that hasn't had an accident.
You didn't specify a normal
Not a handicapped dog.
You didn't specify a normal dog. You just said a dog.
Most dogs have more than 2 feet. How about that? The majority of the population of dogs, okay?
Listen, dude, I'm just going by the rules. You don't get mad at me.
I mean, there's a weird one every now and then, okay?
Don't get mad at me. I'm just going by the rules, okay?
There's a strap around the ankle so they won't slip off. They claim fans have been asking for dog Crocs for years, so they finally caved and went for it. They've already listed them on the Crocs website for $50, which isn't much cheaper than regular Crocs for human beings. But I guess because there's 4 of them. I mean, for us, it's like $65.
I guess per shoe you're getting a discount.
True.
That's all you could come up with.
But they're small.
True.
But you can't buy them until October 23rd, so you still got some time to wait. They come in 3 sizes, 2 colors, green or pink, so you're kind of limited with your options. I hope your dog likes green or pink. There's also a matching pair for humans if you want to coordinate with your dog. So when you go to the park and you're trying to get a babe and you're walking your dog and she sees your Crocs and your dog's Crocs matching,
love it.
And then they're going to see that hammer toe, they're going to be like, woo! I want what you are having.
Shut up, dude.
Both colors glow in the dark, too. So if you want to get freaky at night, you can see your way through
what
it.
What even are you talking about? Get freaky at night with a dog?
October 23rd means you might get them in time for Halloween. You know, if they're shipped fast enough. You'll probably pay $10 for shipping, though, unless you get free shipping.
You know, if you look in the dictionary and you try and find goober in the dictionary, your number 1 result is Josh. It's just you.
Speaking of, they also are selling new Crocs Halloween costumes. You can dress up like a giant croc if you want. I actually went to Spirit Halloween. I almost bought the donkey outfit from Shrek.
Of course.
They had some really cool stuff, some Beetlejuice merch, some Harry Potter stuff. A lot of like really creepy masks. Like really creepy. That looks very realistic. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I saw your photo. Go check it out on the socials.
That was my personal socials.
Oh, people can't follow you on your personal social?
Not really.
Why not?
Because
you're a celebrity, Josh. People want to see what you're up to.
Anyway, go get yourself some Crocs. Get your dog some Crocs. Celebrate Halloween dressed up as a croc. We'll be right back with Q93.
Thanks for listening to the Best of the Morning Q Crew podcast. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss the best moments from the show each week.